What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. It's been a while, just been busy with stuff going on and with stuff like this that I'm about to show you. But still have the E55, E63, but it's not about these today. We're going to talk about another purchase I made, because that's what you do when you have a broken project like this that needs a motor. And now I want to put a manual transmission in it, and it just needs a lot of work. You buy more broken Benzes, because that's how you fix stuff. You don't fix the stuff you have, you buy more broken Benzes. Yes. Now, let me flip the camera on and show you guys my latest purchase. Well, it's about a month now, but latest purchase. So here we have a 2003 SL500, and I am sorry for the wind. It's Vegas. It decides to be windy on days, because why not? But regardless, this is my 2003 SL500. Automatically, you can see one of the things that needs to get fixed is, yeah. So bought this thing in early March 11th, maybe, something like that, from a public tow auction. So you guys know this isn't the first time I bought a car from a public tow auction. I had that 2000 or excuse me, not 2000. It's like a 97 E320 that we had. That was from there. But this, we got it. So I went with my buddy, and we ended up buying this thing. We won the bid for $2,000. And all in all, everything, taxes, everything was like 24 something, 2,500. Now, you guys will have to tell me if this was a decent purchase or if I completely got screwed. And first things first, this is kind of a picture of what it looked like. I don't have a better one. But as you can see, it had nasty, nasty wheels on it that some expert put on, because, you know, they're cool and chrome and bullshit and whatnot. So what we ended up doing was we went to the junkyard. Let me stand on this side, because I can show you guys a side view of the car, but a little bit better. We ended up going to the junkyard, and we ended up getting these things right here, which are from a 2006 CLS 500. I actually really like these wheels. And these things had decent tires, or so we thought at the time, which clearly we were wrong, because I'll get to that in a second. But tires were cheap at the junkyard. We paid $100 for all four tires with, all four wheels with tires. And yeah, we put these on, and then automatically the car was much happier, because the suspension was able to actually be lowered, not raised, like it was stuck in the race position because of those stupid 21-inch wheels that I had on. But yeah, now we did that. Exterior wise, this thing needs, well, it needs a front bumper, and it needs a grille. Now, this one is not a regular SL500, I should say. It's got some options on it. This one did have the AMG Sport Package, or whatever they called it back then, because it has basically the SL55 front bumper, side skirts, and a rear bumper on it. This front bumper is almost impossible to find. Now that I think about it, when we originally bought the car that night, I had a guy offer me a bumper for $1,000. I should have just taken him up on it, because it's black. It would have been perfect, but I was like, no, I know a guy, because I did know a guy and I had already asked about the bumper. So it's me $450 from California. It was a lot rougher when it showed up than I thought it was going to be, and it's silver, so we obviously at this point have dropped it off to get painted. Maaco gave us a deal like $200, so we'll see how good that's going to be for $200. But at the end of the day, this is a flip car. I am not keeping this thing. We're going to flip the car once we're done with it, and it's got a few more things that need to get addressed, but overall, it's solid. So you guys can see, we also don't have an original key. It's a tow truck key that they use. They use some random guy to make keys, and this doesn't work right. I mean, it'll unlock the car, as you can see. It'll do that, and it'll start it up. But this car does have the keyless entry and keyless go, and that doesn't work because this key is not an original Mercedes key. This is kind of fading here. But aside from that, it's got some minor blemishes, like you guys saw on the bumper. There's some paint needs to be touched up there, but overall, it's a straight car. Carfax doesn't show any accidents on it. It's, 4 owners, I believe. I'm the 5th owner of the car now. Kind of a clean car. It's got a little bit of a tear right there on the seat, as you guys can see, but it's nothing too crazy. Seatbelt is fine. I don't know why it sags like that. It's weird. It's got some damage right here. That can honestly be touched up with a little bit of paint. That could be fine. But overall, the car was, yeah, I mean, it's fine. It runs and drives. Biggest issue was obviously the wheels and tires. We drove it back with a flat, because I was like, I don't care about these wheels. So we did that, and then we put these wheels on that we got from the junkyard, and lo and behold, the tires were garbage, because they'd probably been sitting at that junkyard for a while. So we spent another $300, I want to say $200 or $300 on used tires. Yes, I know, but they are actually a year old. They look bad, but they're actually a year old. and they were not horrible. So there's something Desert Storm. So, I mean, they got to be good, right? It's a U.S. Desert Storm thing. So, regardless, that's the interior of it. Another major issue was this thing did not work. Now, you might be asking yourself, Eva, why would you buy an SL with a non-working roof? Because the whole point of an SL is that the roof goes down and, you know, it's a hardtop convertible. And yes, that is a very good question that you may have. But let me show you guys why it did not work. And it was actually because of this thing here. So I do have the headliner. It's in the garage over there. I just got to put it back on. This locking cylinder here, this thing, they have a lot of issues when it comes to that specific thing leaking a lot of fluid. So what would happen originally is if you pulled the thing to open the roof and whatnot, it would start leaking oil from like the center and from the side. And I was like, well, clearly that's not going to work. You can't open the roof. Can't sell an SL without a working roof. It just doesn't make any sense. So what we went ahead and did, I ordered like a kit off Amazon. It was like $60 or something like that. I don't know. With oil and everything. So that came, we replaced all of it. Actually, where are they? They were here somewhere. Whatever. I had the stuff here, but they're gone. Replaced that. My dad rebuilt it, and it works great now. Then the roof also didn't want to open. It would go back. The actual trunk would open all the way back, and then it would just stop and do nothing. And I was like, okay, this is not good. And let me show you guys why it did not want to work. I should also mention this was busted out when we got the car. The people at the tow yard, excuse me, not the junkyard, they probably didn't know how to open, so they just broke the light trying to get to the latch mechanism to open it. Well, they did open it. It's just they absolutely destroyed the light. So we ended up getting a light off Amazon, I think like $30, something like that. This thing is not the best when it opens. As you guys can see, I have some stuff in there. And that noise it makes is weird. I don't know why. It sounds like it's a constant vacuum thing. The hood shocks were bad. So these were bad. I ordered these off Amazon, got them replaced. But these were the reasons that they were bad. If you guys know anything about them, these are the flaps that they open when the roof is supposed to be in its open position. You have the roof down. These things will sit up here to kind of like hide away some of the mechanisms, and they all have micro switches. So if these go bad, or if they don't open as the way they should, or if they sag, which is very common, this thing will not work. So what we ended up doing, I ordered some off eBay, and they didn't work. Showed up and they didn't work. So I returned them, ordered more, and they finally got them working. So now when you try to do it, it opens. Well, now we've run into another issue. As you can see, I have fluid and a pump there because, well, this thing is full of air, from what I can tell. So because it's full of air, the pump itself is probably going to be it needs to be bled right. And from what I read on the WIS, or the actual system for the repair manual for Mercedes-Benz, this thing right here takes about 2 liters of oil. So that means I need to use about 2 of these bottles to fully bleed the system, opening and closing, bleeding it. That's technically how you bleed the system, is by doing that. And once we get that done, the roof does work. I've put it down multiple times, bring it back up. The roof works actually really well. It's just, it needs to be bled a little bit better. So I will get to that. It's just too windy today. Did not feel like messing with it. But let's go ahead and get in it and fire it up, because it does run. Car runs actually really good. And let's see, put that in. Well, let me show you guys. It says chip card, do not forget. So this is part of the keyless go system. So, you know, technically I should be able to push the brake and click this, but see, it says not recognized. And that's because this is not an original Mercedes key. It doesn't even have an emblem on it. So unfortunately, you just have to start it up the way it is. But as you guys can see right there, I'm zoom in, 145,097 miles. Nothing crazy. For a 2003, those aren't terrible miles, especially because this is a very drivable, daily drivable car. But fire it up for you guys. Let me make sure no music comes on. We don't need that. So it's got some front marker stuff that it needs to be replaced. The bumper itself is obviously getting replaced. We got a new one. It's got all the lights and everything that are going to be replaced on there. But overall, no warning lights, no check engine, roof, none of that stuff. The car runs great. And one of the most worrying things I had was the ABC. It doesn't sag. It doesn't go down when you leave it overnight. The only issue that we have, let me close the door because the wind is ridiculous. The only issue that we have with the car and its suspension is when you're driving it, if you go over a bump, though I think it's the rear, the car will throw out a error that says ABC drive carefully. I looked into it online. The most common issue for that is the accumulation balls. Those or the accumulator balls, whatever they are. These little, I'll throw in a picture here somewhere, where those are the dampeners. They're supposed to, when you go over a bump, instead of the pump shoving more oil into that, you know, shock or whatever, those are filled with oil, so they'll just give it a quick burst of oil to hold it. Well, after 20 years and 145,000 miles, they'll go bad. So overall, yeah, I gotta order that. One of them, I think it's like 130 bucks. It's not the worst. I just hope it's only that, because the ABC system does scare the crap out of me. Because if you start trying to fix the ABC system, there is a reason a lot of these SLs are swapped over on coilovers, because people do not want to deal with that. But overall, I mean, it's not a bad interior. It needs some glue. I got to throw some glue on here because this wood is coming off. That right there is coming off, but everything else does work. And yes, before you ask me, the car does have working AC. It does work really well. It gets cold. It does also have heat. Works really well. The radio does work. So the radio works, and yes, the cup holders do work. I know not a lot of these do. This one's a little sticky. I probably need to throw some like WD-40 on it or something, but they do work, and overall the car is nice. I mean, I just got to put it back together, some of these bolts and all that. They belong up here from the cover. Overall though, you guys, this thing drives super well. I mean, it's from where it could be and where it was, where we got it in the junkyard, it's in miles better condition now. The only thing left is the bumper. We got to, once we pick that up from paint on Wednesday, we got to put that on, and then fix that side, throw some, you know, touch up paint on it, make it look decent. And I'm gonna sell this thing. I really like it. I do really like this car. I've always been a fan of the SL platform. My only issue with the car is, if I was to get one of these, I'd want an SL55 or 65. So I'd want an AMG. This is a really good car though. I mean, if you're looking for a daily convertible that you can use in Vegas weather pretty much all year round, maybe when it's cold you wouldn't want to use it, or when it's too hot you wouldn't want to use it, but overall this is a really good daily. I mean, the 500 motor is bulletproof. This M113 is bulletproof. I should actually probably show you guys that thing. Let's go ahead and shut it off, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. But overall, I mean, it's a solid car. I mean, it gets up and it does what it needs to. And honestly, I've gotten on it a couple times and it picks up and it moves. Obviously, it's not going to be as fast as the E55 or something like that, but it does pick up and move, and it will do what you need it to do. Transmission's buttery smooth. I was worried about the conductor plate being bad, but it's not. Oh, that's nice. I forgot to put that on. That's nice. I filled some coolant in earlier because I drained all the there was a bunch of like old coolant in it, so I drained that out and I refilled it, and I guess I forgot to put that back on. Good thing I popped the hood to see that. But overall, it needs a good clean. As you guys can see, it's got a bunch of there's a bunch of like spider webs and whatnot. From what I saw, this car sat a long time. I'm assuming it belonged to an older person, but it sat for a while, so it needs a good deep cleaning. Overall though, it runs strong. It is a strong running car, and it's nice. I do like the car a lot. You know, I am a fan of the R230. It's probably my favorite SL out of all of them because I grew up with these cars. Not personally, but I grew up around, this was the era that was around when I was growing up. So overall though, solid car. Really nice car. If anybody has a lead on one of these grills, let me know. I don't want the one that's like the single one. I want this grill. I like it. I like the way it looks. I think it makes it look nice. We got to buff the headlights, make them look good. And then car's going up for sale. I'm probably going to put it up for like 7 or 8 grand. That's kind of what I feel like it's worth. It does need a little bit of work where I'm not going to be completely into it in terms of like, I'm not going to fix everything on it. So, you know, it'll be a little bit of a, I guess, a project, I guess you can say, or whatever you want to call it. But overall, solid car. If you guys are interested, if anybody's interested, I am in Vegas. No, I'm not shipping the car. But if anybody's interested and you're in Vegas and you want to buy an SL that's might need some work, but it's overall a good body, it's got good bones and everything, let me know. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.